Alright, so taking our turn against Kaisuke, huh? Have a little bit of a rough time with this character. Alright, well, let's delve in here and kind of figure out what's going on. And I'll record it. That button, the standing slash button, isn't that good. You'll see him go for it every once in a while, but you could basically just 6p it. Yeah, see, it's an easy counter hit. It's OD slow. See, you could literally 6p straight through that button. You know what I mean? And if you 6p through it, oops. If you 6p through the button, not only will you might get a counter hit or just, you know, whiff. You could get a punish usually with the back kick, which, yes, if you're wondering, leads into super. You know what I mean? It's like, I'll show you. Or RC is what I meant to say. So that's one way to take your turn in that MU. Another way is probably does a lot of this, the jumping, overarching heavy slash. I think we can 6p this. Yeah, 6p if you see that. Let's go over another example. If you're spaced well, I want to say we can DP it, right? If we space it well. You know what I mean? You could trade, but I'm pretty sure it's lower. Yeah, there you go. And you get a full Rekka off of that. So, a lot of Kai pressure is like close slash, close slash, close slash. Like that's that good stuff. Here, you do have to just take your turn. You just gotta wait a little bit. Once he's on that second one where he's kind of far after this, you see how he goes into standing one. You can jab there, and you could usually either jab or 5k. Especially 5k this move because you're either gonna trade, or when you hit the button, you'll just hit him outright and get a punish. Because this button has a very skinny hitbox. The hitbox is literally just the end of the sword. It's not even the tip of the sword. It's just the middle part, essentially. Everything outside of that is a hurt box. So I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about right now. Anyways, one of the major ways you're going to be taking your turn against Kai is just calling out a lot of his buttons because they are fake. Like I said, you could 6p this. You can DP this button. Please DP this button the minute you see him pull his sword up, DP. Because it's going to be a counter hit. You could punish this button by waiting for it to rock and then do 2k into 214k. So it's going to look a little something like this. If you see this button to end a combo string, you just block low, punish. When it comes to the button that I'm guessing you're really struggling with, that is his pressure, is this button. You're probably blocking and respecting it, right? You know, you'll probably see guys go for this and then go for that. And it's like, dang, I can't believe I have to hold this block pressure. Let me show you why that block pressure is not OD. You feel me? So anytime you see Kai go for this button, just 6p. Literally every time. And I'm not saying it like as a joke or whatever. It's actually pretty easy to react to. You just have to hop in training mode and lab it. And it could be in any type of string that Kai does, you know. It's very rare you'll see him do like a string where you can't 6p that. You know, if he does like close slash, low slash into this, 6p that, where it's like, trying to think. Trying to think of when do they use this in a combo or in a block string? Oh, you know what? They do it after Founder's Arc. Yeah. So even getting 5k is because you let this button happen. And that's a good pressure tool he has. If you see the charge up here, you can mash up puncher kick. So I'll show you that too. Oops. That charge up is pretty easy to punish. Oops, sorry. The minute you see that leg lift, you'll kind of know. Yeah, right there. He's like starting it up. You can press either punch or kick. Oops, I'm dumb. But yeah, taking your turn against Kai just boils down to knowing when to 6p through his strings and stopping his air pressure and stuff before it starts. And respecting his shock state, which is this. Because he is going to be plus on a button like this in shock state. You know what I mean? and then 6Ping against buttons like this. And then that's when it's kind of your turn to take your turn. So when you think, can I press a button? You could press a button on this. You could press a button on that, or 6P this. Please 6P that. It's a full counter hit. You can also punish this button. You know what I mean? After he does this button. And that's kind of when it's your turn to take your turn. And you always want to DP this. So that's kind of when it's okay for you to take your turn. Because the hits he does only do like 13, so they're not going to do that much damage. And 2, he'll take a whole 60. It's Chipp. He has low health. It's a pretty worthy trade IMO. Another thing you could try to do is 6P. But I'm going to be honest, it's pretty hard to 6P this move. You have to be hyper aware of the startup on it. You know what I mean? So basically, be wary, essentially. Either take the trade or try to time a 6P, or better yet, just dash out. If you dash out, you can make it your turn by backing off and putting your pressure on. Usually what you want to do when you dash out of a situation like this is 5k. And the reason why is because you'll be able to either get a juggle combo, do your 5k 2-1-4k, or get a complete punish, because after a while he won't be allowed to block. So keep that in mind. Another thing you want to watch out for is probably this button, which is Alpha Blade, because the hits he does only do like 13, so they're not going to do that much damage. And 2, he'll take a whole 60. It's Chipp. He has low health. It's a pretty worthy trade IMO. Another thing you could try to do is 6P, but I'm going to be honest, it's pretty hard to 6P this move. You have to be hyper aware of the startup on it. You know what I mean? So basically, be wary, essentially. Either take the trade or try to time a 6P, or better yet, just dash out. If you dash out, you can make it your turn by backing off and putting your pressure on. Usually what you want to do when you dash out of a situation like this is 5k. And the reason why is because you'll be able to either get a juggle combo, do your 5k 2-1-4k, or get a complete punish, because after a while he won't be allowed to block. So keep that in mind. Another thing you want to watch out for is probably this button, which is Alpha Blade. With Alpha Blade in midair, you kind of just have to hold that. I mean, he's in air, can't really do much. You just gotta block the right direction and then wait for him to come down and wait for the mix a little bit. And depending on what the button is, whether it's this or whether it's this, is, you know, punish accordingly. Basically, DP it. You could 6P it, that kind of thing, right? You just kind of have to respect it. Sometimes you're just gonna learn you gotta respect blocking. They could also just go for that and mix you up that way. Another button you're probably going to get hit by is this version of Alpha Blade, which is on the ground. And when it comes to Alpha Blade on the ground, well, punishing Alpha Blade on the ground isn't too hard, because you could either, you could grab him out of it. Oh, sorry. You can grab him out of it. You have to react on reaction. So when you see him disappear, you could go, I believe you could go for a grab or something like that. Perfect. When you see this man disappear, you could go for a grab. So that's one way. Let's see, can they do the heavy slash version? No, it falls off. Okay, that's good to know. So that's one thing I see a lot of people fall for, right? Definitely got hit, right? So if you just, that's all you gotta do is mash out. The minute you see his feet on the wall, just mash there. I'm pretty good at calling that out, but it does take a lot of practicing and time to figure out. It took me a couple times to know, hey, it's my turn to mash there. So those are a couple ways you can handle some of the pressure those characters have that I've learned. And even then, I still struggle. Like, Chipp's just, running around doing. It's you know and then the and then the and the Suki. Oh wait, where am I? When it comes to, I know people are like, well, what about things like this, for example? Like they hit you with the. I'm trying to do this. Yeah, that right there, for example. You know, if they hit you with the forward RC up and then you get hit with the dash in that, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Block. There's nothing you can do. You have to think about it. You're slowed down in RC. So even if you do press a button, it's a counter. It's literally just a waiting game. You just wait your turn. All right, for the command grab, RC back. Punish. That's one way. What's another? Oh, say we have no meter. Let's play it. Shut him down the minute you see the leaves. That's a combo. What's another we could do? Just dash back. You gotta dash twice, I believe. If you dash once, I think he'll grab you. Let me find out. Yeah. If you dash once, he'll grab you for sure. So bad guy, huh? Y'all struggling against this man. I know, I struggled against him today. I hate this character. I don't hate him. I hate his current iteration. I don't think it's fun. People aren't using their brains, right? So let's put some training mode stuff on. Let's see. What do souls like to do on block? Let's go over some stuff. Button. Oh, come on now. I lost my turn? I press kick and I lose my turn? How if I go to grab? Ooh, wait. What was that? You saw I just free grab? Are they ever gonna patch Soul? Don't believe in Arxis patching anyone this year. I'm being dead serious. I strongly believe we should all just accept the game as it is and hold the L, because I doubt anyone's getting tuned. You know what I mean? I just think Soul's not really gonna get patched. I don't think anyone's stuff is really gonna get changed around. I think right now the game's in a pretty like experimental state. So I think Soul's gonna stay broken, honestly. So we gotta learn how to fight him. Straight up. We could complain, but we still have to learn. You know what I mean? We could def complain, but we still got to sit here and lab. So just keep that in the back of your head, personally. With Soul, we could beat out a lot of his moves. Okay. So when it comes to his 5S, which is a button that's very, very annoying, we want to dash in and do this. I'm so guilty of it. This button is good, but it's only good on one thing, and I'll show you guys. It's only good on this. It's only good punishing this button. Look at that. Far slash is made for Geo to chase, basically. You know what I mean? This button is designed for you to chase someone down, because they're forced to block, right? And even then, it's still not as effective as, say, that button. You know what I mean? 5K is the one we want to use. We got to start abusing how good our 5K is. Our 5K literally does everything. It cooks the dishes. Wait, it cleans the kitchen. It cooks our food, right? It sets up for strings. It lets us get free hits, right? Where are you going? Where are you going, Soul? No. And on top of that, it lets us do crazy stuff, like going into special, and or if you want to get wild, that's gonna be hard to do. You could go straight into super, and oh, look at that, 219 off of Soul backdashing. All right, so hopefully that was somewhat helpful, and I went over some stuff that you might struggle against. Sorry, I'm not the best at conveying these things. I don't have a script or anything, so. Definitely would love to put out a scripted version. That's why I want to do like a scripted version of like geo neutral flowchart or whatever you want to call it, and kind of where you should go. Because it'd be pretty beneficial and kind of an advanced guide. That's what I was talking about. Like I want to do a redo of the guide. Hopefully that was helpful though. If there's anything else you guys need, let me know.